Today, the brand new Gorillaz album was released, and so we are here to listen to it for the very first time. This is The Mountain. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another album review / reaction here on the channel. And I was so excited. I woke up this morning saying, hello, world. Today is new Rob Zombie, new Gorillaz, and new Archive Day. Also new Carpenter Brute, and also new Starbenders, if you care about that. But very excited about all of those releases. I'm looking forward to all of this. But of everything that I just mentioned, I think the Gorillaz is I don't know. I'm really excited for the Archive, which, Cody, you don't really know who they are. Nobody knows who they are. But I did a reaction to their last album, and they got blocked worldwide because they didn't want anyone to use it. So I don't think I'm going to be doing a reaction to this album, even though when they release an album, there's high potential that it could be on my list, if not in the top 5 of the list, top 12 albums of the year. But Gorillaz, I'm super excited for this. Their last album, which is called Cracker Island, I think is one of their better albums. I don't think it's as good as their first 3, but it's the best thing that they've released since Plastic Beach, which was way back, long time ago. So
cool.
Yeah, and that was a great album, produced really well. It was catchy. You know, sometimes Damien Albarn does these things that just for some, it's kind of like Okay, anyway, we'll get to all that in a second. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, what we're going to do is listen to this entire album from front to back. We'll pause between songs. We'll talk about what we're hearing. We're probably not going to listen to many lyrics, but I don't think that really matters too much with this. But I do want to talk a little bit about the Gorillaz and this album up front before we get to the music, because I was reading a really cool article about the album in Rolling Stone earlier today while I was at the hospital. And so I want to go over some of the stuff that I read about that I think will be kind of neat. It's a bit of a concept album, Cody. So I know you like concept albums, and I'm excited for this one. So we will listen to the entire thing. We'll talk between songs. We'll talk over the music too, so don't be too offended by that. I definitely recommend listening to this album yourself before you listen to and watch our reaction. But we kind of think of our reactions here like a podcast. You can listen to anything we put out, and it's the same kind of format, and it's some of the same people, and we just enjoy having a conversation and listening to great music. So we're kind of changing our mindset a little bit to be almost more like a podcast with different albums each time. But it is still reaction at the end of the day. If you like the way we do stuff here, we do have a Ko-fi account. If you want to donate, all of our videos feature music in them. So all of the ad revenue from all of our videos goes to the artists whose music is featured in the video rather than to us. So we don't make any money off of the channel at all, but we're going to get a Patreon going eventually. But for now, we just have a Ko-fi account. Link for that will be in the description. But more importantly than that, we have an awesome Discord channel that you can go to and join our awesome community there. It's pretty small still, so we can all talk to each other. There's not... we don't have to kick people out or anything like that. Everyone behaves themselves. Everyone's really nice. And we have good conversations about music and video games and all sorts of awesome stuff over there. So go think about that. Come
tell us what to react to.
And I know that Discord has been in a lot of hot water recently because of this age identification thing.
They haven't asked for my ID yet. So.
Haven't asked me for mine either, but I have been noticing a lot less people. We have a lot of people in our Discord from around the world, Europe and some from Australia and stuff, and I have been noticing that a lot less people have been talking on there. But
you have to switch to IRC.
Well, we'll see. But I really do enjoy our community over there, so check that out. Also, we've got a lot of fun stuff going on the channel here, which currently, with Cody and I, 2 of the things we've been doing is very slowly going through the Blur catalog, which is obviously related to the Gorillaz and Damien Albarn. And we've also been doing the Beatles catalog slowly. We've been going through a lot of their music. We just have Abbey Road left before we start going kind of backwards and doing some of the stuff we didn't react to yet. And so those 2 series are going simultaneously. We're having a lot of fun with that. So Cody, I wanted to ask... you and your wife, Audrey, listen to sort of alternative rock stuff. Have you heard anything from this album yet?
I don't think so, although I'm looking at the track list and I see that there was one featuring Sparks, and I think I may have watched that. Did that come out quite a while ago?
Yes, I think so.
I think I may have watched that when they posted it some months ago. I don't remember anything about it.
Yeah, that was their like debut single for this.
But yeah, I don't think I've heard them on the radio, anything like that. They're not making waves on the alternative station yet.
Well, and it's as I look at so I have the album pulled up here on Spotify, and as I look at it, there's the Happy Dictator, which is track 3, has almost 20 million listens. Then track 5 has 12 million. Track 8 has 13 million, and then track 11 has 6 million plays. So there's a lot of people listening to this. Everything else hasn't been released yet and is just like a 10,000 or a little or more.
Yeah.
So a lot of people have been listening to this over the last 24 hours. This was just released less than 24 hours ago, actually, as of the time we're recording this. But so I have not heard a second of this. I have not heard literally any of it. And I'm very curious and a little trepidatious because, as I mentioned before, we're going through Blur's discography. Cody is learning a little bit about Damon Albarn and how he writes, and then everyone else in Blur. And you have heard, I believe, the first Gorillaz album. We did a reaction to that here on the channel, and that's a fantastic video with all of us that do the reactions here together. And I think you enjoyed that album, right?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, and that is my favorite Gorillaz album, their debut album. And then I believe you heard a long time ago a Plastic Beach, but
when that came out, it was such a big deal. I think I'm pretty sure I listened through that a couple times and enjoyed it. But
yeah, and I wonder if you might even be mixing that up with their second album, which I think was bigger than Plastic Beach, actually.
No, it was definitely Plastic Beach because it was like it was like 2012 or something like that.
Yeah, and I think of all their albums, I definitely think Plastic Beach would be your favorite. It's the most sort of electronic-y. They go out of their way. Damon went out of his way to use like old-timey keyboards and things for it. So there's lots of cool retro-y sort of sounding synths on there. And it's very happy. It's very high-quality production.
Yeah.
But we're going to do a reaction to that album, hopefully eventually on the channel here. And then I also want to do a reaction to Demon Days with all of us as well, because I don't think Cody's heard much of that. And I know that
just the singles.
The two Chris's have not heard a vast majority of that album either. And as far as I know, Demon Days is kind of considered their best album. It's not my favorite of theirs, but I do enjoy their first 3 albums a lot. Everything after that is kind of hit or miss with me, and I think some of them are pretty big misses. But it's the Gorillaz are so interesting because Damon takes sort of like a different approach with each of their albums, and sometimes it's a really interesting approach, and sometimes it's not. So. But we are also planning in this video, I want to include it in this video, but we'll see how we feel about the album. We are planning to, after we listen to the album, to watch and react for the very first time to their video that they posted today. They called it a short film, but I believe it is sort of the story of this album, the concept of this album in animated short form. And we were debating about whether to watch it before we listened to the album or not, but I was looking at the credits of it in YouTube, and it listed 3 of the songs from the album as being like featured in that video. So I don't know if it's like a music video or if they just play parts of it or what, but I would rather hear the music for the first time in the context of the album rather than in the video. Even though I think the video is going to blow our collective minds, and I think it's going to be fantastic, but we're going to watch that after we're done with the album. And maybe I'll put it in a separate video. We'll see. I do have a feeling that there will be more copyright violation things happening with that than with the album. But so far,
try and post it together and then strip it out last.
Yeah, I might have to do that. So we'll see. I don't know exactly what you'll see, but everyone, it should be fairly obvious in the video and in the timestamps of everything what's actually in this video. But yeah, so I don't know, Cody, how are you feeling about this going into it as I open my pop?
I'm very most excited just because the album art looks awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I'm excited and I always like all the Gorillaz artwork. And I know that they've done tons of different styles over the years and stuff. And like, I think that's awesome.
Yes. And the fact that they are, Okay. So I want to get into real quick and talk just briefly about this Rolling Stones article that I read about this album and about Damon and Jamie Hewlett kind of coming back together. I don't know how much Jamie Hewlett had to do with a lot of the more recent Gorillaz albums, other than creating a few pieces of art for it. But for this, they specifically made this animated short. I believe it was done by the Zombies, whatever it's called, but Jamie Hewlett's like art company and all that stuff. Okay. But I am going to read this article and we'll discuss little bits of it, but I'm going to chop this up. For the person watching the video, I'm going to chop this up because I don't feel like we need to. I'm not going to read the whole thing or anything, but you don't need to sit here and watch me read it again either. But
was a review of the album?
It's not a review. It's a before. And I want to say too, if anyone goes to look this article up, you can't read the article on the United States' Rolling Stone website without having a subscription. But if you just, what I found out today, and I was very happy about this, if you just type in Gorillaz Rolling Stone interview, Gorillaz Rolling Stone 2026, the first thing that comes up is the Rolling Stone UK website, which you can click right on and go right to the article and read the whole thing. So
that's right.
Screw you, Rolling Stone, and your subscription. So I'm going to read a little bit of this and then we'll discuss part of it, but I'll probably cut some of this out of the video, okay? Mm-hmm. Okay, so from what I understand from reading the article earlier, the story of this album is that the Gorillaz wanted to move to India in secret, and this is all screaming like Beatles lore to me, some of this. So they wanted to go to India, and I believe in real life, Damon went to India for quite a while, and he was so smitten with the country and how beautiful the colors are and everything. He kept mentioning the colors and how everything pops and stands out, and life is so vibrant there. And then it also was mentioning the culture and the religion and everything, and just how it's so different from European culture and everything. And then, let's see what this says. It says, the band's India lore first kicked off in a 2023 post in which the virtual members Murdoch, Tootie, Noodle, and Russell escaped the Los Angeles Police Department by getting fake passports and setting off to Mumbai. I believe, they did some illegal stuff last time, and they were on their last album. Without getting into the story of it and everything, Murdoch was like trying to be a cult leader. It was about cults and stuff. Okay, and so I think they probably created a cult, and he was trying to control people or take over the universe or something. So the journey that Albarn and Hewlett undertook to create The Mountain reflected across the virtual band's mythology over 15 tracks, was one beset with loss and reflection. At the end of 2022, Hewlett was rushing to get his India visa and fly to Jaipur from, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, from Serbia after his mother-in-law suffered a stroke and went into a coma while she was in the capital of the desert state, Rajasthan, with his wife. So they were going through that, I guess. They ended up spending 2 months in Jaipur, trying to find a way to fly her home to Paris, even as ICU visits and bouts of infections continued. It was a very, very traumatic experience, as I'm sure you can imagine, blah, blah, blah. It says, my dad used to play me, Abe Albarn said, my dad used to play me Ravi Shankar records when I was a baby. I felt very at home when I arrived in Mumbai. And in the article I was reading before, it said that before he even listened to the Beatles growing up, he probably heard Ravi Shankar first. Mm-hmm. Do you know who Ravi Shankar is?
He's a 60s artist from...
Yeah, the name sounded familiar to me, but I didn't recognize
I've got one of his albums, and I don't know what crossover. I don't think like he ever worked with the Beatles or anything. I think Albarn was just saying like, growing up in my house, you were more likely to hear Ravi Shankar style of music than the Beatles. Oh, okay, even though he was exposed to the Beatles early on too. I think that was like more his point. He's always pictured with a sitar. So
yeah, and his daughter is on this album that we're going to hear.
Oh, cool.
So, and it was a really cool thing for him. So after returning to London to further pursue this newfound direction, tragedy struck again when Albarn's father suddenly passed away. Then 10 days later, Jamie Hewlett lost his father. In the coming months, he also lost his mother-in-law following a prolonged period of illness. The India experience still fresh in their minds, the idea for the next Gorillaz album had taken root. It was about death and loss of loved ones. not from the Western perspective, but through the more comforting lens of reincarnation that they knew from the Eastern philosophies like Hinduism.
Okay.
Hewlett says, I said to Damon, if we can make an album about death that makes people feel less afraid of the concept of it, wouldn't that be an amazing gift? And so that's basically, I believe, the through line and sort of the concept of this album is about death, but not from the way we look at death, from the way that the Hindu people look at death and the people of the Middle East in general. I do expect this whole album to be infused with that sort of Middle Eastern vibe, which is something that I'm not looking forward to because that is not a style of music that I generally care for that much.
Yeah, I mean, you know this from watching our Beatles videos. We kind of roll
the
our
George
eyes
Harrison
when that stuff
songs.
comes up.
Yeah, but Damon has done stuff with the Gorillaz that is very Japanese, very Asian, very South American. He's done like a lot of. He pulls different cultures in all the time. And so I trust him to do things right, but I don't necessarily to trust him to do things in a way that makes it catchy and accessible to all of us. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Yeah, so I'm very excited about that. And then let's just see. I think the most important thing, it says, then it talks about different violins, Ravi Shankar's, I believe, daughter playing on the album.
Let's see if I can find her. There's so many featured artists.
It says visually, the Gorillaz get even more colorful and immersed in Indian motifs. From Russell dressed like a member of the Hindu Jai band Jaipur, and Murdoch levitating like an ascetic on the river Ghat, to song titles being translated into Hindi and written in the Devanagari script while being released as singles. In another promo shoot, there's a multi-headed figure looming over the band. Hewlett says he intended it to be respectful in his depictions, even though he just wanted to draw the Hindu gods. Through conversations with tattoo artists he met in Mumbai, a team in India, and books that he researched, the artist says he's been steered in the right direction. And then they use a lot of photographs as background images for a lot of the Gorillaz stuff, which is something they've always done, using real photography and then inserting the Gorillaz into it. That goes back to the very first stuff they ever released.
Okay. Shankar is on 4 of the tracks, so I wonder if we'll hear sitar on 4 of them.
Mm-hmm. It says, for anyone who discovered the Gorillaz through era-defining albums like Demon Days or Plastic Beach, The Mountain is a return to that powerful otherworldly storytelling they aced as a virtual band first and foremost. So I think it's going to be more about the storytelling and less about just like a single, which is kind of what the last album was. Okay. And maybe one of the reasons I liked it more, because it was more just like, it was consistent and there wasn't this like weird progressive like
Well, it's funny because you love the lore.
I do love the lore, but I like the songs to be more standard in terms of the structuring and everything, so we'll have to just see.
Does this say anything about why the hell Dennis Hopper is featured on the very first track?
I do believe it does talk about Dennis Hopper, yes. One of the things that I remember, one of the things that I specifically remember reading from the article that I read earlier today was that because the theme of the album is death, we're not going to go into that anymore. I'm wasting too much time. Because the theme of the album is death, they went back into all of their previous albums and the things that they had recorded with artists who had passed away.
Wow.
And they pulled like samples and sung melodies and things from artists that have all passed away and brought them into this album, which I think is really cool. And I think they probably have used Dennis Hopper on something in the past, and that's probably how that happened.
That's not that surprising that he would show up in something like that. Okay, so like Bobby Womack is featured. He died 10 years ago.
Yes, and Damon Albarn did like a whole project with him.
Yeah. I wish I knew some of these other names. I'm going to have to look them up while we're doing this.
Let me see as I look some of this up.
That's cool. I do love Dennis Hopper. So.
Yeah, for sure. Sparks obviously is on here. They are not dead, but they released an album just last year.
They're big right now.
They are
for that documentary.
Yep. And then Idols is, I believe, and then track 7 features Black Thought, which is he is the rapper from the Roots, which I really like him. As I look through here, I see some rappers' names like Proof and let's see. most of these people I don't know, but I'm not seeing like a lot of the songs feature the same people. You know, the Anushka Shankar, she is featured in a lot of these songs. A couple of them I'm seeing, like multiple ones.
Yeah.
Like 1, 2.
I bet she plays sitar like her dad.
That's
and
what I was
every
say.
time we hear sitar, it's probably going to be her.
It's probably her, exactly. And so that is a Gorillaz thing and a Damon Albarn thing. However, it wouldn't be shocking to me if like every time we heard a guitar or a sitar, it was a different person featuring it.
Sure.
So the fact that it does seem to be a lot of the same people. Like I see Johnny Marr's name listed a whole bunch here, Johnny Marr. Okay. I see several people listed multiple times on multiple songs.
Yassine Bey is Mos Def changed his name.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Or maybe that's his real name.
No, it's not. His real name's Dante. I don't know why he changed his name, but
is that like Muhammad Ali changing his name?
Yeah, it's probably something like that.
Something like that. So that's cool.
In some way. There's a decent amount of just like Indian singers on here.
Yeah, so I think we're going to get a lot of that, which, if I'm being totally honest, makes me a little bit... I think it's going to sound amazing, and I think it's going to be very interesting, but I don't know if I'm going to like it a lot.
Yeah, same, but I'll reserve judgment until I hear it.
Right, for sure.
Because the idea of mixing that in with some sort of like hip-hop and trip-hop stuff actually does sound pretty cool.
Right,
and I've never really heard that, so we'll see.
And also, you haven't heard any of the Gorillaz albums from their last like 5 albums, which... No.
I'm just picturing their first album right now.
Right, which is very, very, their first album is their most different album. But then they have an album that Damon made all entirely on an iPad just to prove that you could do it while they were on tour. So like they have that. They have some weird projects. And so they... and they have a couple albums that I really don't care for at all, like Song Machine Part 1. I just hate the way that album is structured. Every single song is just verse, chorus, and the song's over. And all the songs are so short. They're just like, it doesn't feel like full-length songs, and it feels like you could literally just pull any section out of any song and put it into any other song. Like, it does kind of feel like a machine plopping out songs, which is called Song Machine. But that's probably my least favorite of their albums, if you don't include The Fall, which is the one that they made on the iPad, or the New. I think that was what that one is called, where it's just less effort put into it. You know what I mean? Clearly, like less effort put into it. Doesn't mean it's bad. I'm not saying it's bad, but so yeah. Before we get into this, I want to just say one other thing, and that is that today I found myself in the city going to the hospital for some stuff, and so I stopped at a couple of stores to see just if I could maybe come across a copy of this album on CD, and I could not. And also I was looking for the Rob Zombie album too to see if I could find that, but I didn't really think. But I did go to Target, one of the Target stores in Omaha, and I found vinyl copies of both the Gorillaz album and the new Rob Zombie. So I'll put pictures of that here just to prove that it happened. But,
you did not buy them.
But I did not buy them. No, the Gorillaz one was, I think, $34.99, and the Rob Zombie one was $32.99.
It's a double album, right? Hour and it's over an hour, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, okay, one last thing. Sorry, I just saw that. I was looking at the artwork, and I was like, I want to say this before I forget. Let's look at the song lengths, because that's something that is kind of important to me. And I am seeing crazy song lengths. So, oh boy. Either this is going to be the longest, most horrid album I've ever heard, or it's going to be really great. Because the last Gorillaz album, all the songs were like 3 minutes, 3:20. So the fact that we're getting, almost 5 minutes, the first 3 tracks are almost 5 minutes long. Then we have a short thing. Then we have some over 3. Then we have a 5-minute, 40-second song, and then a 7-minute song, 7 minutes, 20 seconds almost. That's got to be the longest Gorillaz song, minus some of the, like, they have done some long songs in the past, but that is going to just be, the fact that one has rapping on it too, that's awesome. And then another 5.5, and then the 4. We got long songs here, people, and that's exciting to me. But I'm afraid that they're long because there's going to be like a 5-minute keytar or 5-minute like sitar solo in the middle of some of this stuff. But we'll just have to see. Yeah. So with that being said, hopefully everybody's ready for this. If you're just joining us for this video, the Gorillaz and Damon Albarn are like some of my favorite Damon Albarn is one of my musical idols, and I don't love everything that he's released, but I really look up to him as a human being and as a musician, and I love a lot of his work a lot. And this is one of the most important albums of the year to me. And so I've been looking forward to this for quite a while, and I'm very, very excited for this. So, okay.
Is this Albarn's main project right now? Or is every time when the Gorillaz put out an album, is it like a reunion every time?
No,
or
because it's
like
different
an active,
people.
Okay, sure, but it's like an active, ongoing thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you never know when it's going to be the last one, but it probably won't be the last one because they make so much money off of it.
Okay.
I'm going to switch over to my other pair of headphones. My good ones. Hopefully nobody was watching the video going, this audio engineer is going to listen on
they already
earbuds.
Turned it off. They already turned it off because they saw
they
that.
did. Moron listening to audio earbuds. Okay. Very excited about this.
All right.
But I'm going to cut this part out of the video. I'm going to play a song for a second, and I want to try to get the balance a little bit better so I can hear you. Okay?
Sure.
Okay, everybody, thank you so much for sticking around for this long. We are so excited for this. Let's get into this. Are you ready, Cody?
Yes.
Do you have anything you want to say? I know I've basically been talking this entire time, but do you have anything you want to say about this?
I have no preconceived notions or anything, so I just hope I like it.
Okay. All right. Let's get into it. This is track 1 from the Gorillaz' new album, The Mountain. This is the track called The Mountain. We're not going to go into who's being featured on every song because it's just too much stuff. And
but this one does have Dennis Hopper.
This one has Dennis Hopper, and it's got a bunch of people on it, and it'll probably, I'm assuming, set the tone for what we're going to hear, the whole album. Yeah. And it's not one of the singles. So just keep that in mind. All right. This is The Mountain in 3, 2, 1. Hopefully it's not this for 4.5 minutes. I know I told you this before in other videos, but Damon Albarn has used music and inspiration from all over the world. He's written a Japanese opera called The Monkey, I think it's called. But he has also done a lot of stuff with South American artists, Latin American artists. He's done stuff with African artists, lots of stuff like that. He has people from all over the place.
Awesome.
So this is not super surprising to me, but if the whole album is like this, with like some electronic beats thrown over the top of it, I will be a little bit surprised.
Yeah.
But I think that might be what this album is. I don't know.
I mean, I don't remember that from the Sparks song.
Yeah.
When I listened to that, so
yeah.
I guess we'll see.
And that was their big single, The Happy Dictator. So that was the first thing that they chose to present to the world from this project.
Yeah, so I don't think they're going full on, Indian concept here. Like, I'm sure there will be some accessible stuff.
I don't know. Maybe. I hope so. Just the lengths of the songs is kind of scaring me.
Yeah.
A little bit. Because I think it's going to be a lot of this. Which... Say something real quick.
Check.
Okay, just making sure.
And I was wrong. I didn't have my thing extended enough that Shankar is on a lot of the tracks.
Yeah.
More than just the 4.
Yeah. If you just hover over the song, it tells you the full title with no matter how much of it you can see.
I've never heard a sitar kind of sound like that.
Well, there's
that main instrument, what is that?
It's a flute on the left.
Okay.
Some kind of a flute thing.
Okay.
Some sort of a pan flute whistle type of thing.
Oh, yeah, now I can tell.
Yeah, it was playing low. Bass guitar. If this is like rock band or like general pop-ish kind of music with that kind of stuff in it, that could be really cool.
I actually like this one a lot. I kind of wish there was like some lyrics to it, but
yeah, and the quality of everything we're hearing too is really good, which is what I would expect.
Mm-hmm.
That's Damon's voice doing the.
He's famous for his oohs and ahs.
Yeah, his ha-has and his na-nas and his hey-hays. And then in the Gorillaz, he's famous for holding his nose. Ain't happy. I'm feeling bad. Are we gonna get a British accent over the top of all this? It might be a little jarring.
Now, it's turning into Revolution number 9.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably Dennis Hopper.
Oh, was he the voice on the monkey when the monkey went up the mountain on their second album? A Mountain Called Monkey, I think the track is.
I don't know.
Yes, All Good Soul. Yes,
That does sound like him.
that's from one of the songs. Yeah,
Very cool.
yeah, off their second album. Okay, going into track 2. We're not going to stop.
All right.
No
That's
need
fine.
no need to stop that one. Okay, The Moon Cave. This is one of the songs that features in that video we're going to watch later.
Okay.
Or at least it was mentioned in the credits of the video on YouTube. Love the strings. Oh, one of the other things that it mentioned in that article that I read is that this album is meant to be listened to as all the way through, not meant to be listened to as singles. They specifically said that.
Well, then we're doing it the right way.
Yeah. Is that children's choir or something? Damon or Tootie's lead vocal in the middle, it has distortion on it. It's very affected, and that's such a Gorillaz thing.
See, this is kind of what I was hoping for when I heard this. Like, okay, Indian influence, but
Okay.
it's in the background, you know?
Yeah.
And now it's like kind of gone.
Have you traveled on a moonbeam?
I hope that Damon's voice does not sound like this on the entire album.
Yeah.
However, they have done that before. I really hate that. I want clear vocals. I don't want this distorted thing the whole time.
Sure.
But they have done that before. The background vocals are clean and crisp and clear.
Yeah.
Are you looking at the lyrics?
No.
You don't have to. I just was curious.
I probably should since it's a concept.
Yes, please.
Ooh, there we go.
Grinning beginnings.
fly, give me any. I'ma let it slide, bet you I'm like I'm in the sky. Look at how I wanna let the ideas just up high like a new hot. Good to be the GOAT, only way I is to treat it like it's gossiping. Yeah, watch this, yo. I can like no other guy, give me any. I'ma let it ride, bet you I'm like I've been a vibe. I'ma just check it.
This is cool.
Oh, none of the songs were labeled as explicit either. Something to keep in mind.
To the corner pocket is a hovering above the surface. Is the pain where the megahertz is, where the mass is, where the church is. All the last days where the earth is. It's a movie. Listen to me. They have given the permission to me to move like Mr. Halloumi. If I leave here, don't pursue me. Let me flow topic to topic, from the posh tip to the mosh pit to the ghost watch and the folks clock and the most popular optics. Spread it all around from the small town to the empire. Spin a fall.
This is awesome.
From the energy to bring the wall down, or the mothership going call down like Orson. The heat gon' be scorching. The beat gon' need voices. The sound downright awesome. But downtown like different than the sounds y'all like. Let me break it down for 'em like, hold up.
So no real discernible chorus in this song. We'll pause after this song.
Yep.
Ooh. I could make some noises while you weren't looking and you would think it's part of the song.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. So I'm kind of glad that song actually ended. Like it didn't just fade into the next thing, which it could have. Every one of these songs could do that probably, but I'm glad that it ended. So what are your thoughts? Give me some of your thoughts here over the first two of these first two tracks.
It was good. I was thinking when we listened to the first Gorillaz album.
Yeah.
I think you made a point of like everyone thinks the Gorillaz are just like
rap
are like a rap.
Yeah.
And then it was like maybe like 3 of those songs or something have rap in them. Two. So what did they become after that? Are they more rap now? Is that more common?
No.
Okay.
I think some of their albums they definitely use hip hop and rap more. But not really. Like their last album, they had like Bad Bunny was on one of the songs. That was a pretty big song for them. But like to me, Bad Bunny's not like rapping with a flow. He does a lot of like that kind of thing. If you watch the Super Bowl halftime,
the Super Bowl, but yeah,
right. But
I could kind of picture it.
I love Bad Bunny. He is badass, and he's a WWE superstar, and he's great. But I did not care for the Super Bowl halftime show at all. I thought he did the same song the entire time. I could not tell the difference. But I mean, I would be willing to listen to one of his albums. But anyway. A lot of it is Damon singing. I would say a majority of the entire Gorillaz catalog is Damon singing. Mm-hmm. However, whenever he features, it's kind of part of the gimmick of the band is whenever he features like a female guest artist, at least a lot of the time, that is considered Noodle's vocals. And so that is the female vocalist is taking the role of Noodle singing. And so they have a lot of songs where it's Damon and then a woman singing, and it's Tootie and Noodle. Now, some of the songs it is featuring like a female vocalist. Like they have a song featuring Stevie Nicks, for example, on their last album. Cool. And they have lots of different things. On every one of their albums, I would say, like their last album, Cracker Island, was a bit shorter. It was like, I think 11, maybe 12 songs. And there was rapping on, I think 3 or 4 at most. So a majority still not. But on Song Machine, there was more rappers. And then on the album before that, which is called Humans with a Z, that album is a double album. That's a double album. And so that has more rapping on it than one of their traditional albums. However, it's spread out over more tracks. Okay. And he does all sorts of stuff. Like there is like techno, there's acoustic guitar songs, there's lots of distortion in terms of vocals and things. Very, very rarely is there anything that sounds like a rock band anymore at all. Like that's completely non-existent after basically their second album. with maybe a few exceptions. But then they leaned more into the electronic side of things for sure. So it's I would say a majority of their catalog is what I would categorize, and we're going to actually talk about this in an upcoming video, as electronic music rather than trip hop or hip hop at all. And the music stops being hip hop pretty much completely. Like very, very rarely are you getting music that feels like a hip hop or a rap song. If there is a rapper, they're rapping over more electronic style, or even no drums at all, stuff like that. It's really hard to explain. So I know you weren't asking for all that with your question, but like it's so hard to explain. I think a vast majority of their music is not featuring rapping. A vast majority.
I guess we can kind of see on here. It's every like 3 or 4 tracks. It looks like there's probably a rapper on there.
Yeah, and honestly, like they could just be using a sample of a rapper or something too, as like you never
know how it's going to manifest. There.
I think this album is going to. I was expecting it to feel way less electronic, but in that second track that we heard, it was very electronic. You could hear this sort of signature 80s sounding Casio synths that Damon is famous for wanting to use. And the drums were programmed. I don't think they were actually played, but there was auxiliary percussion and all the Indian instruments, all the Middle Eastern instruments. I think that stuff was all really recorded. And so that is very interesting. It was an interesting way to do it. The first track was basically nothing to me.
It was an intro to the album.
It was an intro to the album, but it was longer than it needed to be, in my opinion. Sure. But, I do know, and I wanted to look this up before we started, but I got home from the hospital and then we only had like less than an hour before we started recording, which is good because I want to get this done and try to edit the video and get it out as soon as I can. But there's a deluxe edition of this album that comes in like a book with all the artwork, which I think would be worth it just for that. But then there's a second disc that is the entire album performed live at a one-off show that they did a couple of months ago.
Wow.
Where they debuted the whole album live. And I don't know if it's all the songs. I don't know if it's 2 or 3 songs. I don't know what it is, but they debuted the whole album that way. And that would be fascinating to hear how they do that. And I think it could be really awesome. So I want to look into that and see, but I haven't, up until today, I haven't looked yet today, but they have not released the track listing for that or anything. They didn't even say what was on the bonus disc, just that they performed a show where they debuted the entire album and captured it. So I don't know what the heck that means at all. In my head, what I would want it to be is the most pristine, wonderful sounding, well-recorded live set that they've ever done, featuring songs from across their entire career, plus 2 of these songs. Yeah. But I don't think so.
5.1.
On Blu-ray 5.1, exactly. With video and everything. Yeah. But I don't think that's what it is. I think it's them performing this album, probably with like lots of acoustic instruments, which could be really cool too, Yeah,
I mean, they probably had a live sitar player, I assume.
Yeah, I'm sure they had a lot of instruments. And it's Gorillaz, right? So they can spend any amount of money on any of this. They are one of those few billion listen, like they have songs with billions of views. And so that you can, when you're like that, you can do anything you want, or at least you should be able to. And then add on top of that you're Damon Albarn and the history of the Gorillaz and everything, like, Yeah.
And if you're doing a show specifically to record it for a deluxe version, like that's a moneymaker.
1,000%. 1,000%.
So, I'm sure they went all out for it.
So I'm really curious about that. And then one last thing I want to say before we get into the next song is I really want to try to get into this and to feel it, because I've never cared for that sort of, and I'm sorry if this is the incorrect verbiage, but that like Middle Eastern vibe, especially the vocalizations of Middle Eastern music. It's a whole different way of approaching vocals because it's like pitches and like ways that you manipulate your voice that sound very foreign to me and the style of music I listen to.
It's using your voice as like an instrument.
As its own instrument for 1,000%. And it's very impressive. But to me, I've never cared for that sound. And then on top of that, I like certain auxiliary percussion things, but I don't like lots of congos and bongos and that kind of stuff. And there's a lot of Middle Eastern drums that are like, skin, like that are very specific to their genres of music. And I'm expecting to hear lots of that But like you kind of said, if it's that kind of stuff mixed in with the way we just heard it there on the second track, that could be really cool. So, I mean, I don't want to get too deep into like guessing what's going to happen, but I do think it's fun when we say what we think is going to happen and it does or doesn't happen.
Yeah. This is the only chance. This is the last chance you have to have not heard this album.
Right. Exactly. And so we'll just see what happens. But all right, this is going to be the song that you heard, and my first time ever hearing the big single from this album, The Happy Dictator. This should be the most catchy, the most songy song. The fact that it's 4:44 is pretty crazy, and maybe one of the reasons it wasn't on the radio as much, I don't think. But so I'm excited for this.
Did you watch the Sparks documentary?
I did not. No.
Okay. So do you really know what they sound like?
Not really. Oh, no, you know what? I think I did watch the Sparks documentary.
I mean, it's been a few years out now, but...
I think I just watched it on YouTube. Or on Netflix. Was that on Netflix?
I think it was on Netflix, yeah.
You know what? I think I would remember it if I did see it, so I don't think I did. But
to me, when I heard that they were pairing with Gorillaz, I'm like, that's a pretty smart idea. I could see them going together well. I can't remember what the song sounded like, so...
Okay, well, we'll see. We'll see. All right, this is The Happy Dictator in 3, 2, 1. Interesting. So it the last song did end, but then this one is kind of fading in.
Yeah.
There's that thing, which I hate the sound of, but... I would love it if Damon did a whole album with like 80s bands that are still going, like Duran Duran and Gary Newman and...
Sure.
Dude, this is awesome. Love the synth bass.
As the shadows they are forming, come and join
Same
me.
vocal treatment on his vocals.
If you're empty and abstracted and you're
I mean, with Sparks having the clean vocals, I guess it's...
I don't like it.
It's kind of balanced.
Yeah, I don't like it. I want him to sing clean.
Sure.
Or to treat the vocals like
I
that.
am your soul, your resurrection. I am the love.
I wonder if Damon would do a whole album, a Gorillaz album, using only AI.
So look out to the west.
I don't know.
I think there would be too much backlash.
Maybe. I would hope so, kind of, but I also would be curious.
Barbican is with you and your empire it is paralyzed. I'll propagate eternity and seal it with my kiss. So look into the coffin and let me grant your wish. No more bad news. So you can sleep well at night, and the palace of your mind will be bright.
There we go.
Everything is slowing down, yet everything is faster.
Ooh.
While everyone's
Was that a swear word?
save you from yourself.
No.
Okay.
Upon this world of fiction, my love I will bestow. And as we march into the future, happiness will grow.
That's actually a very Gorillaz thing to do that high-pitched voice.
Oh, yeah.
And probably a Sparks
Alien
thing, too.
voice.
Yeah.
I don't think Sparks does it.
You can
No.
sleep well at night, and the palace of your mind will be bright.
Does the vocal treatment on Damon's voice, does that bother you?
No.
It doesn't bother you?
No. What do you call that? Because it sounds like it's like through an AM radio or something.
Yeah, it's like
Is it-
lo-fi.
It's just like a lo-fi filter.
I mean, it's
No, that
distortion.
doesn't bother me.
It doesn't? Okay. It does bother me if it's like that the whole album. I would probably never listen to this album again. But he likes to do that for some reason to his voice, which is such a bummer. I don't know. I guess it separates this from the Blur stuff, but
Yeah. I mean, in almost all these songs, and he usually has other artists singing as well.
Yeah.
So maybe he just wants to kind of keep his distinct and not overshadow the featured artist.
I don't think so. I don't know why he does it. It slices through the song for sure. I'm just afraid it's going to sound like this the whole time. I hope not. But
what do you think of the song other than that?
I like it. It's very happy sounding.
Do you like how Sparks' vocals sound?
Yes. I mean,
Okay.
it's both of the guys singing pretty consistently, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, it felt like a duet, like Damon singing with someone, like background singers.
Right. And I think that's maybe why that vocal effect doesn't bother me as much, is because it's going back and forth between another vocal that sounds completely different.
Yeah. Should we keep going, or do you want to stop?
I don't have anything to say. We can keep
Okay,
going.
let's keep going.
Okay.
So that song kind of faded in and then kind of faded out, but
Yeah.
I do like the sort of like camaraderie feel we're getting from everything.
Yeah, that's
Like
a
a-
good descriptor for that one. So Tony Allen, I looked up, is another guy that died 5 years ago. I should probably. Oh, there's no lyrics on this one.
Interesting. Okay, well it's only 2 minutes, so it's kind of an interlude type thing.
Yeah, it might just be that vocal thing sampled a little bit.
Yeah. I love this. I mean, this is like 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Yeah.
You know. I wonder if we're going to hear any guitar or anything like that on this album, really.
Is to say goodbye to someone you love.
I forgot to go get my jacket, which is fine, but I'm chilly.
Yeah, I'm chilly too.
And when the curtains rise and the party begins, do you laugh? Do you break down inside, wondering how you
This scarf
got
doesn't help my arms. Ooh, cool.
So even though there's no lyrics on this one's very explicitly about death.
Yes. It's kind of like a poem, which Damon, we talked about that on the
Yeah.
something that there was a song that was a poem first or something. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
We'll keep going.
Okay.
All right, this is Orange County.
is to say goodbye to someone you love.
This
So
is
that
the
last
words
one's
that were
kind of an intro to this song, I think.
yeah. So that's exactly what they were talking about, like happy sounding death song, right? There's nothing
Yeah.
happier than a whistle. Ooh. Ooh.
You know the hardest thing,
Voice still sounds the exact same.
say goodbye to someone you love. That's the hardest thing.
Ooh. Oh, that's like mariachi trumpet.
Yeah.
Oh, see, listen how clear that voice sounds.
Get another chance to love.
I hear you now. I understand you lost the day to get tomorrow back. But what of the toll? That's the hardest thing.
There's the sitar, it's sort of that.
I'm not your enemy. Your legacy frightens me. Will I keep it gold?
The drums are not enormous. It's not this big, huge thing. It kind of chill sound feeling.
Yeah.
Get the chance to grow.
Those vocals are very pleasant too. It's just a nice sounding song.
Yeah.
If I can stay on board. You know the hardest thing
Acoustic guitar.
is to say goodbye to someone you love. That's the hardest thing.
I love the brass.
I'm not your enemy.
Yeah.
Your legacy frightens me. Will I
It's very staccato, played very
Yeah, I
staccato.
was just gonna say it's very like stilted, but yeah,
Yes.
that's the right term.
Yes.
before I get the chance
Oh.
to grow?
You know the hardest thing is to say goodbye to someone you love. That's the hardest thing. And I'm not your enemy. You're out of gun, you stand alone and everything you gave to someone you love. That's the hardest thing. That's the hardest thing.
That's kind of Kill Bill.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
You've seen the Kill Bill movies, right?
I watched it last week.
Really? For the first time?
No, but the first time I watched it with you.
Oh, okay.
You
Yeah,
showed
in
it
my
to me,
house.
but it's the
Yeah.
first time I watched it since then, though.
Oh, sure.
And we just watched part one.
Oh, no. Oh, shoot. We've been getting a lot of comments on my videos where people saying, "What's up with the hatred for the fading out?" And I'm just like, it's terrible songwriting every time. So this album
It's funny
already
because
has...
there's nobody that loves fade outs. You
No,
know?
no.
It's usually just people like, but why
All right,
does he hate
we'll keep
them?
going.
Oh shoot, I paused it.
Okay, I'll pause it. I'll pause
right.
it. I'll pause it. So, okay, I promise until we're done, until the end of the album when we're giving our overall thoughts, I am not going to mention his voice anymore because people are going to get so mad at me. Well, you keep doing. But the thing is, this is the last time I'll talk about it until the end. That is going to ruin this entire album for me. Like, unless it changes from now on, this album is going to be pretty much completely ruined for me. And I think that that's how his voice is going to sound. And Gorillaz have done that on a lot of their albums, but usually Damon on some songs will have his voice be clear,
Yeah.
And
is Feel Good Inc. Is that use that effect?
It
Am
does
I picturing that right?
partially.
Okay.
It does a little bit, but then there's also nice. You can hear him nice.
Is that like become like the Gorillaz sound? Is that so iconically Gorillaz that's why he does it still?
I think it's certainly an intentional thing on his end to do
Sure.
that, and I do think it's associated with the Gorillaz. But it's like a lo-fi thing, which maybe harkens back to like the original start of the Gorillaz with all the like horror movie influences and stuff.
Yeah.
But it just Chris Parker and I talk about this on our In This Moment videos where Maria Brink just insists on having that kind of effect on her voice during every single verse on some of their albums. And it just completely ruins those albums for me. To me, it's an effect. And you shouldn't have an effect on your voice the entire album. Now, I will say, he used that effect a little bit on their previous album, and it does bother me when I listen to it, but it's more clear than it is affected, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So on Cracker Island, I can enjoy the whole album because there's enough of the cleanness in his voice, the raw sound of his voice, the dry sound of his voice in there, that it sounds like it was just recorded on some sort of like a thin microphone, but it makes his voice sound super thin intentionally so that it like slices through the music. But I like it as an effect too. I just think you should only use that effect during like intros and bridges maybe, or like specific parts of a song. Then the rest of the song, it should be clear and you should be able to hear everything clear. But
I would probably agree with that. And we have not heard a clean vocal from him yet, right?
No, maybe in that first track a little bit in the oohs and ahs and things.
Sure.
But that's like background vocals. So we'll see. But I'm not going to bring it up anymore. I just want to focus on the songs, and I want to focus on whether I enjoy them for what they are.
Yeah.
I did like that song. I think the best song on the album so far is track 2, Moon Cave. I liked it even more than the Happy Dictator song.
Yeah, I think I like Moon Cave the best too.
Yeah.
Although on this last one, the Orange County, I liked whoever was doing the other vocals. I just like that melody that he was singing. It was so pleasant.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. And that must be Biz-a Rap, whoever that is.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
But I agree. I liked that as well. Or no, it could have been Kara. Was it a male or female voice? It was a male. Yeah. I thought it sounded like that. So yeah, I liked that song. I liked the whistle was my favorite part.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun. I like a good iconic whistle.
Yeah, which makes me think of right from that Jonas Brothers song or whatever it is.
Oh, sure.
Or
I didn't know you could whistle, by the way. I cannot.
Oh yeah, I love whistling.
It's always bothered me that I couldn't.
Oh, I bet you could if you tried. You just got to make.
I've tried. I don't know how.
You just got to. The way I learned was literally just making wind noises. Like try to make wind noises.
Yeah.
And then eventually,
that's what I end up doing. I'm not gonna try. I'm not gonna try and learn here.
No, that's fine. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's all I can do is.
Right, but the more you try it, the more you're like, oh crap, like get your tongue out of your way.
You think I would get closer and closer? No, I think my mouth is shaped improperly.
It could be, but some people just can't do it. But funny enough about the whistling, when I was until I was in college, I could only whistle sucking in, and I used to be really good at that.
Huh.
But then when I was in college, something clicked in my brain, and so I'm a fairly good whistler now. I'd like to.
And now you can whistle constantly because you can whistle in and out. It's like inward singing.
Bob White.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow, we are so dumb.
Right,
everybody, please. Okay, this is one of their bigger songs, I believe. The God of.
Do you know Idols? Is that a
no?
The fact that they're the only ones featured on here, and it apparently is a band.
If I had to guess, it's either a crazy hardcore melodic metal, like a hardcore band, like a crazy metal band, which it's not, or it's some electronic artist or a rapper.
I looked him up, but I won't spoil it.
Okay, so I think it's just going to be some electronic thing. Probably like a lady singing with some electronic stuff, I would guess. Okay, this is The God of Lying in 3, 2, 1.
I missed.
I would love if it was just a metal. No, it could be like Bloodywood, which is an Indian metal band, which is really awesome. Okay. Love the closeness of everything here. I'm loving this.
Frequency sweep.
And it's got a bit of that like reggae feel to it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Are you climbing up the walls?
That's high fidelity.
Are you deafened by the headlines? Or does your head not hear at all? Are you pacified by passion? Are you armed to the teeth? Are you bubbling at the surface of what's cooking underneath? Are you dying for an answer for what they call good grief? But
there's a bass.
Chance there's nothing beyond what you believe.
Oh, don't you say that you think that I'm in glory? Oh, don't you say that you think
Man, there's a lot of sounds.
Yeah. This is very Gorillaz, the music. Yeah. Like plinky, plunky, happy, flitting sounds.
Little circusy.
Yes, a little bit, yeah. Reggae, a little reggae in there.
Yeah.
I went to the liquor store and they took all my money. I stared
It's like slow motion.
Yeah.
and begged the man to love me. Do you love your blessed Father, anointed by fear of death? Do you feel the lions
Oh, cool.
creep on by as soft as baby's breath? Do you beg that truth will set you free? Are you shackled by the keys? Well, if I was you, I'd stay strapped in, 'cause all you got is me.
Oh, don't you say
See, don't you wish Dame?
You said you wouldn't. So what is he doing? He's like doing his high voice on one side. And
Yeah. Just multiple takes and spread them out wide.
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep going. That was a short song. I like that one. That's probably my second favorite one of the album. All right, The Empty Dream Machine. Okay. Dream Machine, okay. Yeah. Pretty chill vibe. This one's 5:40. This is quite a long one.
It's wandering through the desert music.
Yeah. I really like the sort of lazy attacks on like the snare hits. There's like a snare, but then there's also like a
Yeah.
type of sound. Oh,
The promises we made.
you saved the album, Damon.
Oh, this
You
is Damon.
saved the album.
I just figured this was another
Nope, thank you.
guest vocalist. I forgot what he sounds like normally.
Yes, thank you, sir.
But not forever so. The feeling of the day before was really much more than anyone could pray for. An empty dream machine without you.
Oh, weird.
Auto-tune.
Yeah, but auto-tune's set to the wrong notes of the key, I think. Very weird.
It's dark and angel.
Made his voice sound like a sitar.
Yeah. I love the whoas in the background. That's kind of been a through line so far.
Yeah.
It's happened a lot. That's not in a lot of Gorillaz stuff.
Okay.
Some of it, but not a ton.
I thought I changed it, but it seems
This is kind of your stereotypical Gorillaz ballad, the way he's singing here.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
he sings a lot of Gorillaz slower songs like this, but the music could be anything behind this. Just a
Yeah.
guitar, piano, this kind of thing.
I don't know that I really like it.
It's a
that
little
much.
more boring for sure.
Yeah.
I'm just so happy that his voice is. Now remember, we're getting Black Thought on this one, so that there's going to be a rap
okay.
verse eventually. So,
All right.
and he can rap for like a minute and a half, 2 minutes straight. So,
Yeah, so he was on that second track.
Yes,
So
yep.
Okay. It's almost like he's doing that style of Indian vocal that you don't like.
yeah.
With the auto-tune. So do you know this guy?
He's from The Roots. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, which Jimmy Kimmel's band on the Late Show.
Jimmy Fallon, yeah.
Jimmy Fallon, yeah. And then also just The Roots being awesome. So
Yeah, I know The Roots.
Yeah.
It was Alice, so every blood vessel expand, forbidden talents doing tantrum downward. A gold tooth in a trash can was the beginning of me kind of taking my last stand. When I was Wimbledon, they tried to swing me the backhand, part of the pendulum, and do me like I'm a black man. That's black like spirits, black like Krishna, or black like a deity that's trapped like a prisoner. It's a rap like Chiba rolled up into the Rizzler. When you black like Evil D, or black like Sizzler. I need you on my team. The vision is distorted. I love you in my corner. Floating up above
A lot of back and forthing between Damon and the guest vocalists,
Yeah.
which is a little different. I like it though.
I don't like that he's in this permanent auto-tune mode here.
Yeah. There's like a pitch shifted vocal in his track as well, like a yeah. There's a lot of vocal layering. It's gonna fade out, ain't it?
Yeah.
Oh no. We'll pause it after this one.
Okay.
Cool. I think that is one of my favorites on the album.
Yeah.
Started a little slow, though.
Yeah, I don't think I like those ballady type him singing like that.
Okay. Yeah. That's cool.
But it's good that I'm glad it wasn't just another one of the vocal effects ones though. Like,
Yeah,
it's good to mix it up.
Yeah. Yes, I'm very happy for
And
that.
then I liked when Black Thought came out. I thought that was a cool verse.
Yeah. Yep. And I liked that one. The song before this one. What did you find out when you looked up Idols? Just what?
Oh, they're like a post-punk band.
No, you could have
British.
I didn't get anything from that.
Yeah, no, I thought it was gonna be crazy after I saw that. I was like, but no, it was just good.
Yeah. No, I didn't. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. I don't remember that one at all. What is well, there's no rules saying we can't. I'm gonna play it again.
I'm listening to it again. That one had the drunk vocals.
Oh yeah, I did like that. Jeez, oh my goodness. Oh, sorry everybody. So I liked both of those actually quite a bit. I probably did like The God of Lying a little bit more. That was a bit more stereotypical Gorillaz, I would say. Kind of fun, but at the same time, like the second verse was neat because that one did have the like oohs and ahs in the background. It felt almost a little bit more of like the horror influence that they had. A bit of darkness to that, but it didn't feel dark or sad, really sad. So it kept that kind of happiness, but the way they were treating it was very different, which was fun. I liked that. And then the Empty Dream Machine, I liked that. I liked the crazy, because you can set autotune. I mean, the version of autotune that I have that I use on my music is like autotune version 1, like the oldest, like from 2005, like when it was brand new. Maybe not version 1.
T-Pain was using that one.
Well, I think he had a way more advanced version than even I have. But
probably,
basically, what you do is there's because when you're singing you pick a key for your song, right? And then there's 8 notes in your key. Right. And so what you can do with autotune is you can bypass notes so that like if you hit a note and the autotune would take your voice and correct the pitch to move it up or down to that note, you can bypass it so that it wouldn't do that. You can also force it to make it so that it only does notes in the key, and then you turn the settings basically all the way up. And then what you can do then is no matter what note you're singing, say if you're in the key of A, just for example, and you turn every note off except A, no matter what you sing, it makes it an A.
Yeah.
So it's either or like impossible notes because it's just making it only an A. And when you do stuff like that, it becomes this crazy effect. And it sounds like they're at the end of the phrases, at the end of the choruses, that Damon was doing that. They were messing with the settings of the autotune or the Melodyne, whatever plugin it was, to make it like as most stand out as much as possible.
Yeah.
Interesting. I liked it. But very weird. And I like how you were saying, that kind of is reminiscent of the sort of Indian
like that
or Middle
that
Eastern
vocal
singing. Yeah.
I'm not gonna imitate it, but that thing that you kind of said you didn't like.
Yeah. Which I'm not disliking what we're hearing. I'm actually I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, me too. The Indian influence of this has not bothered me at all.
No, I agree. And I like they're still approaching it from that electronic music perspective that the Gorillaz is kind of known for. So it's really interesting how they're incorporating those two things that really do seem like they would really juxtapose each other. How they're working together. Very interesting. Okay, so we are now on to, I think, the Plastic Guru, right?
The Manifesto.
We're on the Manifesto? Okay, I wasn't too sure. Okay, so this is the 7 minute 20 seconds long one. This one has 13 million plays, though, so this is a single at some point, so we'll see. All right, this is the Manifesto, and I do know Proof is also a rapper. So, all right, the Manifesto in 3, 2, 1.
Oh.
Ooh, oh, I love that. Ooh, finger cymbals, I think.
Trudeau is an Argentine rapper.
Okay, awesome.
There he is.
Ooh. From what I've experienced, like all Latin music has that crazy autotune.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gone now. This is cool. I like this.
Yeah. This is like a mix of Indian music, South American rap,
and electronic music,
and then an American just rapper.
Yeah. This is kind of Bad Bunny-ish sounding, I guess. They just, from what I've heard of, the very little like Latin American rapping that I know, and which you said he's from Argentina, so that's South America, right? Not Latin America.
Yeah.
Or is, I'm not sure how that even works. Whatever. But it sounds similar to me, and it all has a very similar flow to it.
Yeah.
And I've said
maybe
before,
that's just our ignorance, not being able to recognize the differences.
Oh, for sure. But I just, I've said before how every language other than English is so much easier to rap in because the words are so dang shorter, so much shorter.
They always flow together better.
Yes, and I love Japanese. That's why I like Japanese lyrics so much. It's so beautiful, but so quick and fast.
The mountain, it is high. Yeah, the mountain side, so the mountain cry. Thank God the braided day, the mountain stays on still. Don't lose yourself if you don't stop now.
Put that happy flute in there again.
Yeah. Oh, cool. That's a synth, and I love that. Like a square wave synth.
Sounds like a little toy.
Yeah.
I don't know that I like these vocals that much.
See, I love it. I just wish it was clear. I hate the treatment to it. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. Okay, here we go. Blow me out of the water.
On the mountain. Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
Epic.
Never seen a killer with fangs and millimeters that bang and killer teachers piss swang and still I reach ya. Y'all ain't ready for death until I show the whole breath until you blow the one set months to get throw up. How many times I gotta prove you're not to test me? This ooze can't be deadly, slugs move through your chest piece. It's all reality, beefing with your block. Got you creeping with your Glock, now you sleeping in a box. No one can convince the invincible to be sensible. Pits in the principle, my pistol won't miss you all. Why shouldn't I diss you, dog? I'm Leatherface. This E&J made me say your DNA's genetic waste. A medic case that'll detonate. Dirty Harry. A pathetic taste.
Dude, sweet.
These are fun lyrics.
Yeah, they're referencing other Gorillaz stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Or at least the Dirty Harry part, and then... But also I've noticed similarities to stuff.
Y'all scary dudes that hide behind your tick and confide inside a squiller and die beneath a river. My urban strikes are not. Oh, I'm just like, oh, all right, come on, let's go.
This should be explicit then. Come on. Come on, Spotify.
This is explicit.
It's not on Spotify.
Mine's listed with the E.
It is. What was I looking? We didn't say that before, did it? Oh my, I'm so dumb. It doesn't matter, but come on. Me, I'm dumb. Dumb me. I like this, like letting the music just sit by itself.
Yeah.
Let go, let go.
He's back.
Let go, ya, entro rompiendo la puerta. Acá no tenemos miedo, le estamos pegando la vuelta. Paso portales, portales que matan mortales, con tales que el mundo revienta. Ti, tiembla la placa tectónica, suena la armónica, rinden la cuenta. Te reúno, te
There is some of that Indian singing in the background on this one. I think that's what that is.
Yeah. Dude, and then there's synths. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Damon's got to come back in and sing a little bit more. The mountain sads, the mountain cries. I would love to have a mix of the two rappers rapping together, which would be so hard. But
Right,
man, that would be so cool. And when you record stuff like this, you record it all separate, right? So I'm sure those guys never met or anything, but...
Yeah, I like the two other rappers. These vocals aren't doing it for me on this one.
Yeah, okay.
But I do love those synths in the background.
Yeah. The most interesting thing that's happening in every song is kind of what's happening in the background. The soup of everything kind of stirring around and what's actually in there.
Yeah,
it's really fascinating.
It's hard to pick things out sometimes.
Do you want to keep going, or we'll pause it?
Yeah, pause it. That was a lot to take in.
So
I liked the proof. I like when rappers sing like this.
Yeah,
you
a bit more grit to the voice.
Yeah, it's like very I don't know. It's almost It's very cool.
Yes, I agree, and I liked the Spanish vocals. I'm pretty sure
I liked what they did with the instrumentation on top of that.
Yes,
it worked really well together.
Yeah, and it was fun how different the two rap verses sounded music wise. Because when Proof came in, it was like. It was low 808s, low frequency, like more standard rap stuff.
Sure, yeah.
But then with the Spanish rapper guy, what's his name? I should look.
Trueno, or I don't know, maybe it's Trueno.
Yeah. When he was there, it felt very much like the only thing I can reference is Bad Bunny, because that's the only thing that's like this to me. But it felt very much like that in the same vein. Mm-hmm. So, but I will say there are some like Mexican bands that I like a lot, like Ozo Motley, and then there's a couple artists even like from Chile that I like a lot, but they're more kind of like rock, like funkier type of things. Yeah. But then that didn't sound anything like that.
No. But I'm not up on enough new music I assume like Spanish rap is getting big in America lately.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and I guess just judging by the Super Bowl, like that, like he's like one of the biggest artists in America right now. So,
Bad Bunny is literally the biggest artist in the world.
yeah. Well,
If
sure,
you-
but
if you didn't
I'm
know that, but,
specifically
like, yeah.
talking about like breaking into America. Is that
Yeah.
you wouldn't have? I don't think you heard as much of that stuff 10 years ago.
Oh, I don't think so, for sure.
Okay.
And I think a lot of that has to do with just the digital, like Spotify and stuff.
Yeah,
like
I
people
mean, worldwide
can
stuff is bigger in America than it ever was. Yeah.
Yes, for sure. Yeah. And as someone that listens to lots of music that's not in English, just not stuff like this though.
Yeah.
It's yeah, I love it. I love to see that kind of stuff. And it's so fun, like you were saying, to have like a Spanish rapper and then an English rapper and then the
All over
Middle
the
Eastern
top of-
influences.
Yeah, all of it on top of Indian music.
With like an electronic beat with these cool
Yeah.
retro synths. Like it's just a neat sound. It's a cool, and maybe some of Bad Bunny's music and stuff does sound like this and I just don't know.
Yeah,
You know,
sure.
but the only Bad Bunny song that I know really well is the one that he sang on the last Gorillaz album, and I thought that song was okay. You know, it was not my favorite song on the album at all, but it was very weird. But that's, you know, Gorillaz songs are either like super catchy, poppy, or they're like weird.
Yeah, like this one's not going to stick in my head at all.
Right, and that's
But I
the
liked
thing.
it a lot.
Yeah, and he never came back to that chorus again, which to me the chorus was
Yeah,
the when the mountain's
mountain
sad,
thing.
the mountain cries or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I thought that was a catchy little hook in there, and then they didn't do it again. So
Yeah, he came back
he did
at the end,
but it was a
something
different melody, you know. And so this album definitely is not playing on the like chorus thing, like the structuring, which is exactly what I said before we started, that I was afraid the structuring of it was going to be a little weird.
Even on these singles.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
now we've listened to 4 of them. I mean, I guess the Sparks one was a little more straightforward, but
Yeah, and the God of Lying was as well, and then with the Happy Dictator, and then which one was the one with the whistling? Was that the Happy? No, that was the hardest thing, I think. No, that was
the God of Lying, wasn't
the
it?
God of Lying, or was it the Orange County one? Shoot, or no, it was. Well, you know what? This is all kind of blending together, but I think that's what
Yeah.
they're going for. That's why they said listen to it all in order in a row.
Sure, yeah.
So, okay, now we're on to the Plastic Guru in 3, 2, 1. And I believe this. Oh no, this is not the. Oh, I missed it. Hold on. Go back.
Okay.
Let's restart. Sorry.
That happened to me earlier.
Yeah. The Plastic Guru in 3, 2, 1. Okay, got it. I love that. This is my type of synth. I love this.
Yeah, I do too.
Oh,
Now are you picking this up? Great. I am very open.
I'm not implicating you.
Have fun.
I wonder if those are sampled from something or.
I wonder. Different treatment on the voice, but not clear. See, to me, I would like it more if his voice was clear. I would.
Tied to the Demon? Is that a Demon Days?
Could be. Oh. Guitar, electric guitar on the left.
Is that what that was?
I think so. Yeah. This is the best song on the album.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I just wish it didn't suck because of the vocals, but. Ooh.
I like that.
Okay.
So there's a lot of overlaying vocals here, but
Yeah, it's a gang
he's
vocal
got that
sound.
effect going on, but also not.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm more for forgiving on this.
Yeah. It sounds good altogether. Like
I love it. Yes. Do it. Yes.
They make the sitar sound like happy, and I've never thought of it as like a happy instrument.
Oh, really?
To me, I don't know.
See, I think I would think of it as more of a happy sounding instrument.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always like high pitched and stuff.
Yeah, hopeful, happy sounding, I guess. Bummer they didn't go back to the chorus again. Let's go into the next one. I feel like this could go into it. I don't know for sure, but
Okay.
we're going to be going
positional. This is like some, what do you call that?
binaural.
But it sounds like a binaural recording here.
Something.
So stop.
Okay, we're going into Delirium. I thought it was going to continue on in, but it didn't. This is awesome already.
The door.
Okay.
Can you hear the drum?
Mark E. Smith is dead.
Okay.
There's panic on the mountain 'cause the new god's come. He doesn't recognize himself for what he's done. But if you don't embrace him, then it's time to run. If you don't believe in him,
This is reminding me of their second album a little bit more, which is more of a concept-y type of album.
for the end to begin. Maybe I'm a young man with a broken wing.
A broken wig.
Maybe I'm just
I think it was broken wing.
for a voice within me. Hope you can hear me calling. Open the door.
What?
What? Peg leg what?
Open the door. Raise the alarm.
Delirium!
That must be Mark Smith.
Yeah.
And the full moon's come. If you're sitting
Was that a wolf? The full moon has
Sounded
come?
like it. Oh, sure.
Cool.
I didn't catch that lyric, but yeah, that was a wolf.
Yeah.
It's time you understood. You gotta get up and run. I hope that you can hear me calling.
When I hear stuff like this, it's very... It's very inspirational, you know? Because it's like, you can make a song out of anything. You can literally do anything you want to. And if it's made well and there's intent behind it, it
It makes
can
me
be
wonder
cool.
where they had this Delirium. I mean, he died in 2018, so
Well, he
I
kind
wonder
of...
if he worked with them in the past.
I think he must have. And it kind of sounds like the guy that did that Dare song. It's Dare! He's coming
yeah.
up! But I don't think it's that guy, though.
But like, you know, you build any song around this Delirium thing.
Right, but remember, I told you that Damien Albarn, on like every one of his albums, he has a song that's like someone talking. So I imagine a lot of it for the Gorillaz is like improvised stuff. So you probably had 40
He's
minutes
got
of
a library of
a dude improvising. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I think that's so cool. You know?
And it's awesome to take this stuff that's been recorded and put it out there as like a tribute to these people.
Yes. I agree. Very cool. We'll pause it.
And hopefully, like, like their estates probably got royalties for some of this stuff. And
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure. That's so cool. You're right. That's a great, Metallica did that.
Oh, yeah.
If you hold on, what is this? Oh, it's Cat. Hold on. I recorded my last episode of Alohomora on last weekend on Saturday, and it was pretty rough. We recorded for like 3 hours and 20 minutes, and I have the paper sitting around. I'll keep them forever, but I wrote down my list of grievances that I've had from the show for 14 years. And so I started it out really vague and then got a little bit more specific, more like, oh, I don't know if the cat will let me keep this in here. And then as I bled that into my goodbye to everybody. And by the end, everyone was just like sobbing uncontrollably, including me. And
Nice.
so when I was editing the episode, I put sad music behind it. I did everything I could. I put sound effects in there. I made it.
That's great.
I made it crazy. So if people only ever listen, like I'm going to post that episode when it goes live in March. I think March 21st is when it goes live.
Yeah.
I'm going to post that one in Discord and tell people like, hey, if you want to know an example of something I've been working on for 14 years, this is the one episode to listen to. Plus, it's just a great episode too.
Yeah.
So that was really fun, and I've been doing a lot of work on that stuff. Okay, everybody, we are now on to Damascus.
During our break, I talked to my wife. She said she has heard a new Gorillaz song on Alt Nation.
Okay, do you think it was?
I don't know which one. I don't think it was the Sparks one because I asked her if it
really?
had Sparks in it, and she knows what they sound like. So.
Oh, interesting. It could have been the Manifesto. That was a dang good song.
Yeah,
it could have been Orange County too. I
wonder which one they've like recently released as a single because that's probably
I don't know. Probably the next one, or probably when we get to Damascus, because that has 6 million plays. Everything else has quite a bit more, except for the hardest thing. But that one's just. Why would that one have? That one was just like the intro to the next song. So why would that have 1 million plays?
The hardest, I don't know. Did they
hardest
release
thing.
They may have released those together as a single or something.
Maybe.
Because they really go together.
I don't know. That's really interesting. I don't know. Did we talk about the one before this at all, before we stopped there? I got a phone call for everybody watching.
Yeah.
I got a phone call, and then Cody left for a bit, and so now we're back. And so I don't remember what we talked about last, so it don't matter. We're just going to move on.
Yeah, I mean, we rolled into the next one. We didn't really have a lot to say.
Well, and that
we
was
didn't already say.
Right. We were talking about,
You wanted it to be longer, I think.
Well, no, that was the one where he was going Delirium, and we were discussing.
No, that was Delirium, yeah.
Right, that's the one we just did, right?
Yeah.
We're on Damascus next.
Yes.
Okay, let's just listen to that. Whatever. Okay. Sorry, everybody, if you're confused. We're confused. It doesn't matter. This is Damascus in 3, 2, 1. I love this vocoder.
Omar Soleiman is a Syrian singer.
Okay, interesting. He could be the one doing the vocoder for all we know. It doesn't really sound like Damon, but...
Yeah.
I think that vocoder sound would work really well with like sitar and stuff.
Yeah.
But we're getting all these weird little synth things, which are so cool. I love that. Which, again, that is kind of Gorillaz-esque, but it just feels more synth-wavy, synthy, this whole thing. Sure. Which is so the opposite of what I was expecting. Ooh. Tom drum fill that we got. I didn't expect that at all. Ooh.
And this is Mos Def.
Okay.
Apparently he changed his name 13 years ago.
Interesting. Mos Def, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, cool.
Ship from Damascus, need more point. The fantasy is real, feel free, enjoy.
Dude, that's cool.
Oh, you click on the lyrics for this and check out how they're listed.
Oh, that's awesome. This is what I was saying earlier, to mix the rapping.
Yeah.
Dude, that's so cool.
This is not just Indian influence on this album. There's a lot of different cultures coming together here.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what the Gorillaz are all about, though.
That's what it should be about.
I hope Damon doesn't sing on this one at all. Because he's going to come in and go,
I change the false and racist. I'm father of the nation.
Damascus, need more point. The fantasy is real, feel free, enjoy. New brand new to the soulful voice. Hush, Habibti, it's time to make noise. Fuddle, yalla, hallelujah, holla. Turkish coffee, Starbucks, you corny. Navigate the waves in the dark, no map. Stars in the heavens and the breeze on my back. Big ship from Damascus, point Nemo. Inspiration, movement, hysteria, we go.
this kind of makes me want to go play Assassin's Creed Mirage again. You know, they released that whole DLC that I never played. It was free. And I had uninstalled that game already by that time on my PS5. It also makes me, this is probably not culturally appropriate, but it makes me think of Tunak Tunak Tan from, you know, if you remember that from when we were in high school.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, you know, Tunak Tunak Tan?
Nope.
You don't know what that is?
Nope.
Everybody watching, shake your head at Cody.
I must be too young.
I guess. Should we continue on to the next one?
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
It's a long album.
Yeah, and I feel like it's going right. Okay. Fresh. I liked that. That one was cool.
It was cool.
Okay, here we go. This is a really Gorillaz beat feeling song right away.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I love this.
This is Asha Bosley, and she is 92 years old.
What? What a badass. Is she alive still?
Yeah.
Okay. I know Damon loves to like discover artists by like watching street musicians. Like that's he has whole stuff based on like street musician stuff.
Yeah.
So just walking around. Do you understand what I'm talking about? How it's like, come on, dude, just like have your voice sound normal.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It just doesn't bother me as much, I guess, for whatever reason.
Okay.
There are like this AJ persona. Yeah, I like those background
That's
vocals.
a different person's vocals, though.
Oh, it's not him.
I don't think it's him. He might be in there, but I don't.
There's a lot of people on this track, and a few of them do not have Wikipedia pages, so
okay,
they may have just been other Indian artists that he ran across in India.
I love this woman's voice.
Yeah, it's cool.
I love it. And with the like, it's a more accessible. I feel like a lot of the type of Middle Eastern music we're talking about that I don't vibe with that much. It has a very different beat to it. So to put it on like a 4/4 beat with a snare on the 2 and the 4 and the, you know, it just it works better to my ear. Not that it works better, but it's way more listenable to me this way. Very more accessible to me, I guess.
It works better as a pop song you want to
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Our style of pop music.
Yeah.
We're about getting to the halfway point of this song, and about now is when the song is probably going to change drastically, I would guess.
Yeah.
But maybe not.
Man.
It'd be fun to get a rapping verse.
Asha put out her first single in 1948.
Holy cow. Dude, that's so badass. I'm sorry I keep crossing my arms, everybody. I'm just cold. That's all it is.
Tough guy over here.
The end is the beginning. Smile, smile, smile. Accept and never forgive. Living is the ending. The end of the beginning.
I think that's really fast, like.
It's like it's raining.
But yes, because of the way it's done. Yeah. Dude, yes.
So far, this is the most Indian song on the album.
Yeah.
I would say.
And I think this is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I really am enjoying it.
Yeah, this could have been a single, yeah.
Unless that was the 92-year-old lady and the other lady was a different lady. Because honestly, she didn't sound 92 years old. She sounded like an older lady, but I mean,
yeah,
someone in their 60s could sound like an older lady.
It's possible, but she is listed first on here.
Okay, then it probably was. I love that.
Yeah.
This is a great song. That was just a happy song, but it probably wasn't that happy. You know what I mean?
Hey.
We'll pause it now.
Yeah, there's a lot of lyrics we couldn't understand.
Because they weren't in English?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I wasn't really even paying attention to that. I just, the shadowy light. Like,
yeah, I mean,
that is such a Gorillaz thing. There are melodies that feel very familiar to me on here, and it's kind of hearkening back to Demon Days, their second album that everyone loves the most. Like, that album ends in a really cool way. I love the way that album ends. It's got two songs that feature like kind of gospel choir type thing in a row, and it is very unconventional. That the way that album ends in particular is very unconventional in structuring, but everything before that is a bit more conventional, like song structuring. Whereas this whole thing has been pretty unconventional almost the entire time. But that just was a happy song. It felt very floaty, which is a very Gorillaz thing. You know, a lot of their songs feel very floaty and in a good way. Like, and I really like, that was really good. It's so weird that this sounds so much like the Gorillaz to me. And I'm not talking, take Damon's voice out of it.
Sure.
Yeah. It just like he's found that style, and in the way that, and all of their albums don't sound that way. So I don't know necessarily what I mean, but it just feels like the Gorillaz, which is so weird. It's so, I love it. I love it. Yeah, and then the one before that was the mixing of the English rap and the whatever language it was, whatever Middle Eastern language it was. That was awesome too. And I thought Delirium was great, and I thought the Plastic Guru was great, and I thought the Manifesto was great. I'm really enjoying this a lot.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, I'm really surprised. But also, I think this is the kind of thing that you do put in and listen to it from front to back, or when you're driving in the car, you know?
Yeah, sure.
It's cool in that way. I really like that a lot.
Mm-hmm. One last fact about Asha.
Okay.
The Guinness World Record for the most recorded artist in history.
Wow.
in the world.
Yeah, beating Cliff Richard. but that's so cool. I love stuff like that. It's like Christopher Lee being in the most movies ever, you know?
Sure.
Which, by the way, did you know William Shatner is releasing like a metal album coming out like soon?
That's the least surprising thing ever.
I know.
It's like the weirdest thing, but also makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
I loved his album. He did oh God, I don't remember what it's called, but he did a good cover of Common People. That was awesome.
Okay. All right. We are now to Casablanca.
Okay.
In 3, 2, 1. Casablanca, interesting name for an album to be on this. Where is Casablanca? It's a name of a place, right?
I mean, I just know it from the movie.
I know, right? And I've never seen the movie, so.
Here in the painted world of the blue sky.
It's in Morocco.
Okay.
Where the gamble is the runway that leads to the mountain.
And this Paul Simonon is the bassist for The Clash.
Oh, interesting.
And he played on Plastic Beach.
Okay.
Rather prominently, I guess.
Okay. So we'll have to notice if we notice real bass on this.
Yeah.
I mean, that could be real bass, I guess. Yeah. It doesn't really. It sounds like a synth bass to me, but
he toured as their bassist for the Plastic Beach tour.
Oh, that's cool.
So I guess he's kind of a member of the band.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Cool.
See, I don't think of the Gorillaz having real bass lines in a majority of their catalog, for sure.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, you could do this live, like with a real bass, obviously. So
yeah.
I'm excited when we do the next Gorillaz album with all of us together, because I'm not going to even bother talking about anything up front, really. We can just get into the music and talk about the music, but I feel like that one's going to be a good one. And that's Demon Days for everybody watching. We haven't reacted to that one yet, and we've got 3 people on here who I don't think have heard that album. 3 people on the channel who haven't heard that album.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Not as excited as I am for more Blur, though.
Yeah, I'm very excited to do that too, but I feel like we need to do Beatles first.
Oh, sure.
You know, so it's like
I'm always excited for that, and that'll get more hits. So.
Yeah. But I've had that. Sorry, we're talking too much. But this is kind of boring compared to the stuff we've heard. This is more of a trip hop feeling song, though. There's there's vinyl record scratching type of lo-fi stuff happening a lot. It just doesn't sound like a real bass to me. Now, maybe he was playing a keyboard bass or something on this, but
maybe he's playing something else.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's true. I don't have the booklet because I couldn't buy the CD, so I can't tell you what the liner notes say. I will say the artwork for this is so cool, though. Like, if you want to look up any pictures that they released. Yeah. And then I think when we watch the animated short, it's going to blow our minds. I know I've said that multiple times, but, like, it looks... From the trailer I saw that they released last week, it looks insane.
Yeah. And I don't always like Gorillaz art, because they do a lot of different styles, and I mean, maybe not necessarily in the characters, but, like, in terms of what's going on around them and stuff.
Yeah.
But I love this album cover and everything about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have nothing to say about that one.
Yeah, let's just keep going.
Okay.
We're going to track 14, The Sweet Prince. How long is this album all total? It's 1 hour, 6 minutes. That's pretty nice.
I was missing the flute.
Yeah, I know. I could have, honestly, I could have had more, like, less of the electronics throughout the album and more of this, like, these cool.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we didn't get more of that.
Our favorite tracks were all, like, the Indian influenced ones.
Which is really, yeah. Oh, harp. There was a harp player on there. They released an EP after their first album that was very prominent. It was the one with G sides, which
Did it have any hits on it?
yeah, that was where the remix for 19-2000s was on that.
Okay.
The stupid.
The vocal doesn't bother me, but I am bummed that it is tainting this album for you.
Well, yeah, and
hopefully everybody else understands where I'm coming from, and we don't just get a bunch of hate comments like, "You quick, get over it."
Call yourself a Gorillaz fan?
This isn't my Gorillaz. Back in my day, Damon sang into a microphone and it sounded like a human voice instead of a transistor radio from 1946 that hasn't been shut off since 1946.
So the deluxe
acoustic
CD
guitar
is 2 discs.
The deluxe what?
The deluxe CD has, it looks like 4 extra tracks.
Okay, see, I haven't looked at that yet, but those should be the live songs, I assume.
Oh.
But maybe not. Is that what the whole second disc is?
It's only 4 tracks.
Okay,
yeah,
see, I haven't looked at that yet, but
okay.
It's probably, is it live songs from this album?
I can't tell.
They don't have names?
Well, there's 2 that we haven't heard, and then there's 2 that there's The Mountain.
Okay.
And then it says performed by Hindu band Jay Band Jaipur. So 2 of them say it was performed by this Hindu band, and then 2 of them 3 of them are tracks we don't have.
Interesting.
So yeah, sorry, it's not exactly clear. Well, the Mountain is the intro track anyway, so
yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, with every single Gorillaz album, there is a deluxe edition that comes with bonus songs.
Okay.
With the exception of their first. I mean, even their first album has. Sorry, everybody. This is just. Let's listen and we'll talk more about it then.
Again, though, this one is not doing much for me.
I know,
like
it's
the last
boring
one.
compared to. Oh, we're changing though.
Okay.
That song did have acoustic guitar in it and piano though. I think this is the first piano we've heard on the whole album.
I feel like I needed another rap song before the end of this, and we're not going to get one.
No.
Oh, no, we got Black Thoughts on the next album.
Oh, okay.
Or the next song.
On the next song.
Because it's been like 5 tracks.
Mm-hmm. I mean, not really, because...
You think Damascus?
Damascus was just rappers. That was the one that was just rapping.
Okay, yeah,
with Mos Def and then Omar and the back and forth. Yeah. That was probably one of the coolest rap. I mean, I do enjoy the rap parts.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is cool though. This is kind of harkening back to the first track a little, like you said with the flute, pan flute type thing.
Yeah, I do like the flutes in all of these.
While this is fading out, wasting our time. Or wait.
For 30 seconds.
I like that reverse glass sounding thing.
Yeah.
Let's just go right into the last track.
Okay.
Because I feel like it's going to... Electric guitar.
What a weird end.
Okay, this is the Sad God. I think this is one of their... This is one of the ones maybe from the animated short.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully this one's a banger to end the album.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to have final song vibes. That last track had final song vibes. I don't really like the last 3 songs, the music, the drums and the bass have been really pushed down and backgroundy feeling.
Okay.
This is better, more upfront, but it faded in though.
I gave you white sails to reach the sun. I gave you atoms, you built a bomb. Now there is nothing, and
So the mountain was destroyed.
No more presents up into space. Only screens left to see your face.
Yeah, I got the intel through the inkwell. You do well when you think well, and people more likely to try to give you hell when you bring hell. It ain't
Love
got
that.
to begin well, but it's
Of all the
all well
rappers
if
on
it
this
end well,
this
and end
album,
well.
I think
A man still
Black
gotta
Thought has
mean well
been
and
the
intend
most
well,
impressive
even
to
in
me.
hell.
Oh yeah, and it's not very often that they have a guest person like this on multiple tracks.
Yeah, he was on like 3 tracks.
Yes, which is really, I love that. He'll probably do shows with them on tour, I would assume, or a couple special shows.
Even if they let me into heaven, I would probably just move back soon. That Dracula Nosferatu, ooh la la Sassoon. Lay Ms. Rob, one little nod at you and I got you.
I love the horror references, Dracula and stuff. That's very. They have a song called Dracula, which we heard. Dracula, Dracula.
Oh yeah.
Like a paradise, and I'm living with uninhibited, unlimited terabytes of.
There's like a technology overtones to this song.
Well, and I think this is one of the songs that is a little bit more political.
Okay.
They said they didn't get too political, and they wanted to the song. The whole album's about death, but they did also mention like referencing the times we're in, which is something Damon's always done with his stuff.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things they could reference now on this. You know, if you're only gonna. Now the thing is, they did release a Gorillaz album. Not last year, but the year before, I think, is when the Cracker Island came out. But he's been a lot more prolific. You know. Mm-hmm. I think when we listened to you didn't listen to it, but Cracker Island came out the same year as the the Life of Darren.
Oh,
I think so.
Cool.
Which is the last Blur album. I would love it if we got more Blur stuff. I like the vocals. Ooh. So. By the way, the light I have behind me was a setting that was like desert setting or something like that. But it was like desert party or something like that. I'm not sure, but that's why I chose it. It's a little abrupt when the blue light comes in, but there was another desert setting I had, and it was just red. I was like, come on, that kind of. To me, the desert is more yellow than red, but I guess you can't have a yellow light because then it just looks like regular light.
The red sun beating down on you.
So, I don't know. I don't get that. To me, yellow sand dunes and stuff, I think, I don't know. This is a disappointing song, I thought.
Oh, really? I kind of liked it.
Yeah. The last 3 songs are pretty disappointing to me.
Yeah, overall, like, I wouldn't say the album ended strong.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Damascus was kind of the last one I really like. You liked Shadowy Light a lot.
I did, yeah. And I really loved Damascus. I like Delirium. Manifesto was good. Any of the ones with the rappers I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah. And then it was Damascus had the real Indian feel to it. Mm-hmm. Or no, Shadowy Light did. Well,
Shadowy Light did, yeah.
Yeah.
The longer ones. You know, the Manifesto was good too, and that was a long one. And Okay, so dang, it's a bummer when the end of the album is a little, you know.
Yeah, but overall, I was pretty impressed.
Yeah, I would say me too. The thing that bums me out the most, now that the album's over, I can talk about it. I think that Damon's vocals were ruined the entire time because of that thing. Like, I understand it, and he does do that on a lot of their songs.
It was every song except for that ballad.
Every single song when he was singing. And I did notice in a couple of the songs, like Shining Light specifically, like there were a lot of vocals going on there. And several of the songs on the album, his voice was mixing with other people. And so you do get that kind of through line of him. You can tell it's his vocal because he's doing that.
Yeah.
But
at any given time, you're more likely to be hearing some other vocalist than him.
Right. Yes.
So it's not like it's tanking the whole album.
Yeah. And that is much more of a modern Gorillaz thing to like hear way less of Damon. I believe on the first 3 Gorillaz albums, which I think are the best 3, and then Cracker Island. Damon is the most featured vocalist on those by quite a bit, I think.
Okay.
However, on Demon Days and Plastic Beach, like I don't know if there's a single song that I can think of off the top of my head that is just Damon singing. Their other albums like Humans and The Song Machine, I think there are a couple songs that are just Damon singing on it. However, that is around tracks that don't have Damon on it at all. So like on Humans, which is such an interesting album, I would love for us to listen to that sometime, but that is more like it's a collage of music. Whereas Demon Days to me feels more like a more cohesive album. And it was Damon's response to the criticism that he got on the first album, which is a lot of the criticism you guys were hitting on too. And then Plastic Beach is so pinpoint focused on the specific keyboard sounds that he uses across that whole album, which I love. Okay. And I think you would love specifically
like
the sounds.
Synth sounds?
Yes. Okay. Similar to the sounds we're hearing here, but even more so like using drum.
I wouldn't say that was the theme of this album. I'd say the Indian stuff is more the theme of this album, but I could see a whole album that's like heavily focused on that.
Yes. But the drums I feel are less like on Plastic Beach, which you have heard, but you just don't remember that much.
Yeah.
And that album did not have like a huge single like the two previous ones did, but there were some songs on it that were a bit more noticeable or more recognizable.
Okay.
And then after that, I don't think the Gorillaz had really had any big singles at all. A couple of them that Stylo was kind of big, and that was on Humans. And then they had a song that featured an artist. It doesn't matter. We're not talking about those. We're talking about this album. But it is fun to think about how this album fits into their catalog. And the fun thing to me is like I could 1,000,000% see the Gorillaz, the characters, doing this. Mm-hmm. Like, Damon and Jamie Hewlett, Damon Albarn and Jamie Hewlett went to India and went to the Middle East in different countries. I think they toured multiple countries, and they were very inspired to make this album. And then because they were so inspired by the beauty of it and everything, but having to do with the tragic events that they were happening in their lives with both of their fathers passing away, and then the mother-in-law, and then other people that they took the inspiration they got from that part of the world and mixed that with the emotions they were having, and they found a way to make a really interesting and compelling sound that mixed these things all together. And then they used the inspiration from the way that the Middle Eastern part of the world looks at death very differently than we do. If you believe in reincarnation, and it's kind of the same thing that I don't know if I want to get into it too much, but I feel like if you don't believe in religion at all, death to me would be the scariest, most awful thing in the world, because there's nothing. There's just nothing. You believe that there's nothing, right?
Yeah. Every religion has such a huge focus on what happens after death.
Right. And it's really hard for me to understand what it would be like to just believe that there's nothing, because I do believe there's something. But if you believe in reincarnation, then that's even extra layer. Going to heaven is one thing.
Yeah. And you'd almost look forward to death if your body's failing.
It's like you get another chance,
right, Yeah.
And they believe, and I think I've read cases about people who know things that they shouldn't know, but based on what they think they're memories of previous lives and things like that. And it is very fascinating. But if you really truly believed that, yes, death would be such a different thing to you. It would be something to be celebrated. You're moving on to the next thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they wrap their heads around the children dying and stuff like that, like we do, in the innocence and all that stuff. But so because I just don't know anything about that stuff, but very interesting, a very different way to look at death, and as someone, as a Catholic person, we don't look at death as a really super sad thing either, because it is sad, obviously, but you look at it differently than people who don't believe anything,
Sure.
And it's very interesting to think about that stuff. And it's very interesting to think about this album being from this other perspective that's completely different. And it's really interesting. It's very cool. And we were not paying attention to the lyrics really at all. I wasn't.
Not really. I mean, you could tell there was some through lines, but about a third of the lyrics were not in English.
Yeah, which is awesome. I love that. But yeah, when we did hear lyrics, like they were talking about shining lights and like you saying your last goodbye.
Yeah, and I don't know what like the mountain is supposed to represent. I think
that's what the cartoon is going to tell us.
Okay.
I think that's what the whole animated thing is going to be about.
Yeah.
But I think so that'll be more clear to us. But I think Damon has written on Demon Days, there's a song called Fire Coming Out of the Monkey's Head or Fire Out of the Monkey's Head or something like that. And it is this song, one of the songs I was most excited for you to hear, because it's literally just this like goofy music and then a dude saying a story over it about this tribe of people called the Happy Folk, and that culture was outside people. There was outside influence from other cultures on them, and the mountain god, the god that like was the mountain, got mad at him and erupted and it destroyed the whole village. So spoiler for that song and the story of it. But like the voice that you were hearing, who was it? Dennis Hopper. I believe he does the story.
Cool.
And so you were hearing him reference the mountain and stuff, and that is the mountain in the story of the Happy Folk, and it's very cool. And then that's, that is a very happy sounding song. Damon sings the chorus in that one. And it's like falling out of airplanes and, bopping them on the head. Something, everybody's dancing the dance of the dead. Like it's very catchy, awesome chorus. Yeah. And then it goes right back into the verse. And the verse is just the guy saying the people called Happy Folk, and the Happy Folk, like, it's kind of like a Park Life,
Yeah.
And then there was a song like that as well on the first Gorillaz album, the Spanish song where they're speaking, I believe, in Spanish the whole time. I can't remember exactly how they did that one in there, but then there's a song like that as well on Plastic Beach where there's someone talking. So I
like that kind of thing.
Yeah, and Damon likes that kind of stuff. They've done that a lot in a lot of their stuff.
Yeah.
And I think we might even hear a song like that on the next Blur album we're going to do. So, which is 13, by the way, for anyone that's waiting for us to do that. We're going to be doing that soon, but
yeah.
So yeah, I thought that was really neat. And the characters of the Gorillaz themselves, I started to say this a long time ago, because Murdoch as a character is such a, like I said, he wanted to be a cult leader. He wants to literally take over the world. He wants to do all this stuff.
He's a villain.
He is a villain, basically, yes. Okay. And like I could see him all of a sudden like being this guru, this this yogi spiritual advisor person thing, and like getting super into that and having it like fundamentally change his character. And then at the end of it, it's like, no, he was just kidding the whole time or whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the story of this all is, but they, in that interview in the Rolling Stone, they mentioned these characters, they're cartoons. We can kill them. So I would not be surprised if in the thing we're going to watch in a little bit, they die and come back to life. And like, we're not going to get into it, but the Plastic Beach story is so interesting because during the Plastic Beach time, the story of it goes that Noodle was actually replaced by a cyborg Noodle. So like there was a cyborg in the band for a long time, and then she has to come back and defeat Cyborg Noodle in like a battle and stuff. And that's why there's like no guitar on Plastic Beach at all, because Noodle wasn't cool. there. Like, yeah, it's awesome. It's very cool. And in the music video, the very famous music video for Feel Good Inc., right? When she's singing on the windmill, playing the guitar, and then they attack at the end of that. Like, that's the story. That's they come and kidnap her, and then when she comes back, it's not her, it's the cyborg. And then she has to make her way back and stuff. Like, it's very interesting. And I love all that stuff. It's so fascinating to me.
Yeah, and it's fun to have a whole another layer on top of the band. It's so great for like the fans of a band.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. So the story of all this and everything, and we're gonna stop the recording and then we'll record ourselves watching the thing. And if it's really awesome, I'll put it in this video. If it seems like it makes more sense as a separate video, we'll do that. So I want us to finalize our thoughts here, but. Okay. I mean, I would say I'm excited to listen to this album all the way through, like in the car. You know, if we're going to Omaha or going to the hospital or something, like put this on, listen to it all the way through.
I'll listen to it again for sure.
I'm really curious if this is no one will care about this but me, but I'm really curious if my mom likes this, because she does enjoy, she enjoys things like listening to like Native American instrumentation.
Or traditional
like flutes and stuff.
Yeah.
And she also likes like Celtic stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't know if she's heard very much.
Did she get big into the Gregorian chants of the 90s?
She's never been big into any. The only song she loved, the only thing she truly loves, she likes the Carpenters and stuff from her time. But for some reason, her favorite song by A Billion Miles is Everybody Wants to Rule the World by Tears for Fears. Like, it is like the most favorite thing that I know of that she enjoys.
That's funny.
So we will definitely play that song at her funeral. But I'm curious to see if she likes this, and I'm going to think that she probably will like it quite a bit, you know?
Yeah.
And
it's just enjoyable. It's happy. They nailed the theme of this album.
Yeah.
I don't know about lyrically as a concept album. I didn't follow it well enough to really get that out of it. Maybe a second or third listening I would, but like, you know, in where this will live in their catalog is like, this album has a real theme to it that is different than I'm sure every other thing they've done. That they've never had like that Indian influence in an album, I assume. I
mean, they've had stuff in there, you know, and it's really hard because there's so many influences across an album like this. Like they absolutely, I can't think of it off the top of my head, but like I said, The Song Machine, I really didn't care for that album that much, so I have only listened to it like maybe twice.
Yeah.
But and then Humans is the most like probably diverse album because it's so crazy, and that's their double album one. But like I would be shocked if they didn't have a very Middle Eastern influenced song somewhere that's a whole thing. Yeah, not a whole concept album or anything, but they because it's just he's so eclectic with what he does that I would be shocked if we didn't have lots of influences like this on stuff.
But like you imagine an album where you say there's a Ghanaian rapper, there's an Argentine rapper, there's this guy, there's this guy. There was like 10 different countries represented in this.
Yes.
Yeah. And yet it feels so cohesive with that underlying Indian theme on it.
Yeah.
Like it worked great.
Yeah, I will definitely say like if you were giving this album like a 1 out of 10 score, if the vocals were good, were fine throughout the whole album, I would probably give this like a 7 or an 8, I would say.
Okay.
And I would be very strict with stuff like that. Like very few albums would be like 10 out of 10s.
Yeah.
But because of those lyrics, this has probably been moved down to either a 5 or a 6 for me because of those vocals. Like I probably will not listen to this very much.
Sure.
Because of that, which is such a bummer. But there are other examples of reactions we've done here on the channel where they insist on doing effects like that on vocals throughout an entire album. And I say the same thing. Look, it's too much. It's too much. Everything else is so clear and pristine, and even if you were to say like, oh well, Tootie's voice represents the other side, it's the side of the dead talking to the world of the living, and so it's not supposed to be clear, it's supposed, or some
more explanation.
some BS reason for it. That's BS, you know, it's baloney. And so I don't agree with that, and I don't think it was a good decision, and so that does definitely lower this album for me. Only one of the songs faded out, so that's not a big deal, but it wasn't a pretty egregious fade out.
I mean, it didn't end super strong. We were kind of losing interest at the end, but taken as a whole, that was only 3 of these 16 tracks. Or
and none of them were really super long ones.
No,
the longer songs were some of the ones we enjoyed the most.
Yeah, I didn't mind the length of the tracks or really the length of the whole album.
Yeah,
it was good.
Yeah, and the way we always do it, we always say constantly like, if we're not listening to albums that are meant to be listened to all the way through in the right way by stopping and talking about it and talking over them, but it's just the way we do stuff. So.
Yeah, trust me, we would have to talk over the songs more if we listened to this as an album,
Right, and that's
why we pause between tracks.
I mean, that's how I do reactions myself. Yeah, I just listen to it all the way through. Sometimes I'll stop if I have to or there's something crazier. But for the most part, when I'm doing reactions myself, I hit play and I never stop.
Sure.
And so I just have to be more careful about what I'm saying. But every single time I think to myself, oh, I have something I want to say, but I want to save it for the end, I never, ever remember it.
Yeah,
so that's why
tough.
you've got to say it.
Yeah.
You know, but that's right. That's why we pause between. So yeah, I feel pretty good about this, but at the same time disappointed. It's bittersweet because of that vocal thing, but I'm excited to listen to it all the way through and see. And if I do really like it all the way through and his voice when it comes in doesn't bother me as much because it's just weaving in and out of the whole thing, it's possible it won't bother me as much that way. But
sure.
And I do like albums that are meant to be listened to from front to back. I like albums that are meant to be like one single thing. I don't care for the song structuring on this album. As we've talked about in many videos here on the channel, I definitely prefer typical ABA song structure where there's a chorus and it goes back to the chorus multiple times. And a lot of the songs,
like halfway through it switches up to now be a rap song,
which is a Gorillaz thing.
Yeah,
like that is a Gorillaz thing. So, and I
don't mind
it's
that.
fine. Yeah. One of the reasons I like their first 3 albums so much more than the rest of their catalog is because they are more straightforward songs. But it's, you know, even from the very first album, it's not necessarily ABA song structuring on their songs. It's just, so. Okay, so either at this point we will insert the video of us watching it, or we'll make that a separate video. But in any case, we'll end this one for now. Say thank you so much for watching. Check out the Discord page. We'll have hopefully some people from our Discord have been listening to this album throughout the day. I'm betting more people were listening to the Rob Zombie album today, but we'll see. So go check that out if anybody's interested in our Discord. I think it'll be fun to have some conversations about this album there. And we'll see you all in the next video featuring Damon, which will be 13 by Blur. And then we're going to go back and listen to Modern Life is Rubbish. And then we'll probably jump all the way forward to Think Tank. But we've got lots of fun stuff coming up. So thank you all very much. We will see you all next time.